And our last question. So I'm in the midst of starting a bookkeeping firm, but I come from a tax background. Where are the best places to upskill myself on a rapid timeline? Is it worth it to just jump in and learn on the fly? So here's what I would recommend is there are several different bookkeeping courses out there. I would recommend starting with the ones that are free. So if you go to YouTube, you can find people like Hector Garcia or Veronica Wassick. I think Veronica Wassick does it like five bookkeeping in 5 minutes. Hector Garcia does a ton of stuff with Intuit and like QuickBooks. And he walks through a lot of the details about what it takes to do bookkeeping. And if you walk through some of those, start with some of those free resources that are there, I think you can learn a lot about the process of bookkeeping. Also, there's some great podcasts that are out there that you can learn from. And then I would also encourage you to keep showing up to webinars like the Canopy one that you attended when I originally did this presentation. Is what you will find when you're listening to podcasts or you join webinars, oftentimes the person who actually is the speaker for the webinar or a person who's on a podcast talking about bookkeeping, if you reach out to them, whether it's on LinkedIn or email, they're often pretty friendly. And what you can do is reach out to them and ask them questions, because that's what I started doing. Is when I first started, my background was in corporate finance. And so I hadn't really done much bookkeeping. So I reached out to someone that I knew that was running a small bookkeeping firm, and I would ask them questions and they would point me in different directions and they would give me guidance. And now with the use of AI, you can use AI to ask it questions like those questions that you may feel like are dumb questions that you probably should know. You can actually just type it in AI and it may point you in the direction that you need to start getting some of those answers. And of course, I do think the more you get in there and actually put things into practice, the more you practice what you are learning or what you are being exposed to, the more you will actually learn it. And if you're just starting off and you don't have clients, it may be a good thing to offer to do bookkeeping work for another bookkeeping firm. Reach out to them and offer your services of doing some bookkeeping work. Or if you have experience understanding financials, maybe you can offer your services to do like financial statement review work to where you can actually review what they're doing now. Of course, you got to find a price point that actually makes sense for them to agree for you to do it. But you can let them know and be honest. Hey, I'm trying to learn here and here's what I'm doing. But I think those are some great options. Start with the free ones. Go to YouTube. People like Hector Garcia, Veronica Wassick, those are two great ones that you can start with. There are other people out there on YouTube that I think you can look at as well. And then I would say look at attending webinars like the Canopy one that you attended, and then also listening to podcasts. And if there is a person who you resonate with or that seems to be saying something that's really good, reach out to them and see if you can ask them some questions. And then those are like the free options. And then you can look at things like attending conferences or purchasing courses that are aligned to really teach you the skills of bookkeeping and some of the technical things that you need. And I think that Alicia Katz Pollock is one that has some paid courses out there. If you're trying to learn QuickBooks and the details of that, she could be a great resource to look at as well. And then also, if you're attending conferences, if you hear a really good speaker, a lot of times you can actually reach out to that speaker and ask them questions in person or learn a little bit more. And then I think also just getting in there and trying and doing the things. You can also do many of the accounting softwares have certification programs that you can look into. And maybe that could be a great way for you to actually get some experience as well. And I would say thank you so much for sending in all of these amazing questions.